Lights out! Now you want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts.
Welcome all. Welcome everybody. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Film Junkee Live on your Tuesday. Feels like Wednesday, which sucks. I always hate when that happens. Always happening. Is it Wednesday? What's happening here? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. Make sure you smash that like, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Do all that. And of course, follow me on all this stuff right here. It's all around me. It's all around me. Of course, we're going to be talking about some stuff. Black Adam, Black Adam, Black Adam. That's right. Henry Cavill, Henry Cavill, Henry Cavill. Just non-stop. Am I right? All right. How's it going? Let's see who's out there. Another rotten DC movie. What a surprise. What a surprise. Jonathan, my fiance has never cared about reviews, and neither will I. It's pretty much how you got to approach it right there. Movie guy, will the RT score hurt BA box performance or prevent Man of Steel 2 from happening? I doubt that. I think it's more about the box office that they're looking at, so I don't care about Rotten Tomatoes. I see Black Adam. Good, as you should. As you should. And so, Jesse Lee, what's happening? Boom. Boom. Eric, sorry I missed last night. Previous engagement, but Cavill's back and the Steelers beat Tom Brady. There you go. So you're happy. You're happy, dude. Yeah, I was a little late. Sorry about that. It happens. It happens. What's going on, Ronak? We got Ted here, too. Tony Chappie, Dina Neil Blomkamp fan. What is happening? All right, we got Stephanie. Are we still having Rotten Tomatoes discourse? Yeah, that's the way it always... And then people will use it. It's like, you know, to their narrative. So the people who are hating on the movie who said F Rotten Tomatoes back in the BVS days are now utilizing it to basically, you know, shit on it right now. It's just the way it is. Joshua, does anyone on chat actually use or go to Rotten Tomatoes? I have never used that garbage, nor does anyone in my personal or professional life ever look at the RT scores. Wow, that's interesting because I have friends that have. Oh, the Phillies have scored. Draw first blood. Of course, I got the Padres and Phillies on right now. But, yeah, I'd actually had a friend, and he would always upset me when he'd look at the Rotten Tomatoes score and then determine whether he wanted to go to a movie, whether by the score. And I was like, good Lord. Taking longer. Ooh, shots fired. How dare you? How dare you? What's going on, Mama Film Junkie? What's going on, Jose? Well, there goes the DCU's with a streak with a good... Yeah, I know, right? They had a good streak for a little bit, didn't they? Then Henry Cavill comes back. Just kidding. Oh, well, can't wait to watch in 2 days. Audience score will be high for sure. That's another thing. That's one of the things that we'll be talking about, of course, today. Is you also got to look at that audience score. You also got to look at that a little bit, you know, and see the discourse, the difference between that, so... Let's see, who else we got here? Anybody? Hey, Ariel. Remember the Android spin days? Yes, I do. That was a while ago. I am still rocking, I'm still rocking an Android. I need to get a new one. I got a still got a Pixel 3a. Yeah. I used to get Android phones like every 6 months. Now I'm like, this one's still good. So... Greetings from Trinidad. Hey, good to see you, James. Thank you for joining. Hello, darling. The hierarchy of the dungeon scenes. Uh-oh. Talking about those again. You're banned. Just kidding. Did you see the Rotten Tomatoes score? What did I do something? I didn't do anything. What's going on, Vic? How you doing? What's happening? All right. Let's see. I never do that. Yeah, but I like to actually look at the, the actual stuff. Hey, what's going on, Nikki? Captain Gator Girl is here. Good to see you. We got Vanimation Films is here, too. So why is Grace saying Man of Steel is not official? Well, we'll talk about that, too. I talked about that a little bit yesterday as well, but we're going to talk more about that, when it comes to the future of our Superman. What's going on, William? Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, there's that's the thing. There's things, there's details, there's all that kind of stuff. Yeah, definitely did not change the hierarchy of the reviews. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll move up a little bit. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we'll look at some of those reviews. Like, I actually dive into what the critics are saying when I go over them, as opposed to just looking at the percentage. But then, of course, there is two percentages when it comes to all that. So, but as always, you just gotta, if you want to go watch it, go watch it. That's what it is. You want to enjoy yourself, and watch something. Hey, I mean, DC having another movie that's come out this year. I mean, we had the Batman, of course, which was fantastic and great. And now we got this that, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. All right, so here we go. Let's get that at tweets. Let's see what's going on in the Twitter world right here. The first little tweet that we're actually going to be talking about, I'm not shocked at all. I don't think I don't know if I've always expressed how I've never really liked this guy, but James Corden, I've never been a fan. I think he's cringy, and the carpool karaoke thing was a pretty cool idea, but apparently some owner of a New York restaurant, James Corden, has been banned from this said restaurant after owner Keith McNally accused him of being extremely nasty to his staff on multiple occasions. He was the most abusive customer to my Balthazar servers since the restaurant opened 25 years ago. Yeah, I mean, this just kind of shows you that, hey, remember the whole Ellen thing, Yeah, like some of these people, they try to act like they're all, happy-go-lucky. Look at me, I'm so happy all the time. It's like, but really, in real life, they're douchebags. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Thank you, Fear Jason, for the $5 super chat. But I was like, yeah, I knew I didn't like this guy. I knew it. And I've actually heard things, too, that, yeah, he's not the most pleasant person. He just isn't. Just the way it is. Jeff Peters said, yeah, exactly. Craig Ferguson's great. Never heard a bad thing about him, and always seemed like I always enjoyed him. Jeff Peterson, I don't know if I really watched him now. Yeah, so... And I like Conan, when it came to that. I like Jay Leno, too, but yeah. Hey, look at that. Look at that cut. That costume is just a thing of beauty, though, I will say. Hardly any padding. I mean, there isn't any padding, but there's they lined up, there's certain ways that they line the costume to make him look more defined. But other than that, no padding. No padding. Just all freaking traps, man. That son of a bee. And speaking of Black Adam, did you know this? The MPAA originally gave Black Adam an R rating before cuts were made to the violence to bring it down to PG-13. Okay, well, release the, what's the director's name? I don't know. Put his name in there. I always forget the director's name. I apologize, but release the R-rated cut. Are we going to get an extended cut, an ultimate cut? Are we going to get something so we can actually see why it was deemed R-rated by the MPAA? Please. I mean, come on. Let's do this. Please. Wooter. Is that what his name is? Is his name that? But anyways, yeah, I'm just saying, I think a lot of us would be like, okay with them releasing this cut of the movie that actually makes it R-rated. I mean, if you want to, you're talking about a movie based on a villain who kills people, so why not do that? So let's do that. Dwayne does like giving the fans what he wants. Exactly, Stephanie. So I think once this weekend comes out, let's release the extended, release that R-rated cut. Black Adam Dark, I don't know. Black Adam R, I don't know. Or we could just do release Dwayne Johnson. I don't know if that would make it probably NC-17 if that happened. But I like where your head's at, Jose, kinda. Anyways, I said your head's at. Anyways, okay, so, but that's just pretty interesting right there, that the fact that it was actually rated R at one point. That gives me a little bit of hope that, okay, it's a hard PG-13. Hard PG-13. And, what makes us hard is, Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. That's right. Yeah, I said it like that. That's right, I did. What are you going to do about it? But yeah, look at this shot right here. Pierce. Of course. Hello, Mr. Nelson. Right. Boss Logic doing some art right here. Obviously, we had the Creed 3 posters. I'm going to be reacting to the trailer that got officially released. Look at that. Yeah, I got Killmonger and we got Kang right there. So that's pretty cool. He did that. And then, of course, he also made this scene look even better. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what they were thinking when it came to the look of, what's the name? Yeah. But a lot better. Boss Logic fixed it right there, so that was good. That was nice of him. And then check this out. We got two of these goats right here. We got Stallone. And we got Ani. That's right. We're cutting our jack-o'-lanterns, our pumpkins. As you can see, they didn't do a good job staying in the lines. Hey, whatever. It's fine. I mean, they both got those knives right there. It's cool. But hey, epic photo. Iconic. What's going on, Rosemary? Good to see you. Hey, is it finally going to happen? Are we going to finally get Mephisto? Huh? Finally? Remember that whole time when we were watching WandaVision and everything, and everybody was wondering when we're going to see this character? Is he behind the scenes? Is he going to be doing this? Well, apparently, Deadline can confirm that there is talk on the set of Ironheart of Sacha Baron Cohen joining the MCU as Mephisto. That's an interesting choice. He could pull it off, sure. Borat being Mephisto, why not? Why not? Congratulations to the New York Yankees. They go to the ALCS. I didn't think that was going to happen. It seemed like it was they were having a little rough go at it with the Guardians. But hey, there you go. They're going to Houston. Beat Houston, please. Please beat Houston. Okay? That's all we ask for. And then look at this, guys. Alan Moore is going to Alan Moore. That's just the way it is. This was floating around today, and a lot of people were commenting about it. But, Alan Moore has always been, he's always spoke out about adaptations of his work. He doesn't like it when other people touch his work. We've heard that, he didn't like the fact of what Zack Snyder did with the Watchmen movie, even though that he respected the work big time. Just changed the final act, of course, when it came to certain things that, hey, let's make something different when it comes to this story, And, Alan Horn didn't, or I keep saying Alan Horn. Alan Moore didn't like that. And apparently he really didn't like... He didn't like the show Watchmen either, which, obviously they took the show and they took it a different direction than what he was mainly intended, so I can kind of understand it, but hey, the guy is he's just like, whatever, and basically told the showrunner, don't contact me anymore, don't talk to me about this, I'm not all about it, blah, blah, blah. And then he basically said, yeah, it was embarrassing to him and stuff like that. It's just the way he is. It's what it is. That's all. So Alan Moore is going to Alan Moore. He's a cranky old man, a little cynical. What could he do? Guy's just that guy. But, it's like, why do you keep on asking him about this stuff? He doesn't like anything. He likes his work. He doesn't like anybody else touching his work. That's essentially it. Get off my work! Anyways, okay. And that's pretty, let's see. And we got Lauren Balfe right here. Balfe. He said, this is the best review ever. This Neb person right here said the Black Adam score blowing my dick off. And that's what Lauren retweeted. Because why not? If the score blows your dick off, then you better talk about it. Definitely talk about it. So anyways, guys, yep, make sure you're subscribed. All right, then. How's everybody doing? Everybody good out there? We're good. He doesn't like Watchmen. Yeah, he didn't like Zach's Watchmen. He didn't like the show. He didn't like anything. He just doesn't like people touching his work. That's all. That's the way he is. He's made some really great work for sure. But, when people actually do stuff with it, he's like, nope, screw you. I don't even need to watch. He hasn't watched any of that stuff too, by the way, apparently. So that means he's never watched Watchmen fully. He just knew about the change in the final act. But hey, what can you do, right? All right. Let's talk about these reviews that are rolling in when it comes to Black Adam. So, last week we talked about the reactions because they rolled in as I went live and everything. So, but now we got the full-on review embargo that got lifted like 2 hours ago or something like that. I don't know. I forgot exactly when it was, but the reviews started rolling in, started seeing things. And then, of course, yes, I know, when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes, again, it's like one of those things where, like, the way I look at Rotten Tomatoes, I know people, like, say, well, it's got a bunch of critics that have, like, they just gather critic stuff. Yeah, I don't like the percentage thing. I'd rather look at the the grading scale, you know, the 7.8 or the whatever the hell. That seems like a better scale as opposed to like the percentage. I hate the percentage thing. I hate that it's like the biggest thing that you see when you open up a movie or anything like that. But at the same time, it's like I go in and actually read what these critics are actually saying and everything. So thank you, Alex, for the dollar super chat. Appreciate it. Every little bit helps. So, but it's funny because people that'll like, when it's a movie they like, they'll be like, hey, well, yeah, screw Rotten Tomatoes, man. I don't like Rotten Tomatoes. But if it's a movie that they don't like and they wish didn't exist, they'll just show that score like crazy and show all that stuff. So it's just kind of funny. I always see that, the hypocrisy when it comes to that. But, you know, for me, I'm just like, all right, well, it's just the way that I look at some of these critics' ratings. Right now, it's at a 53% with 55 reviews. So, you know, it's kind of hovering around there. Hey, you never know. Could be a chance when it gets more reviews. Maybe it'll get to that 60%, which is always a weird thing, too. The fact that it's like it takes 60% for it to be a whatchamacallit, a fresh tomato. And, yeah, it's just kind of weird how it's structured. It is weird. So anyways, going to be looking at some top critic stuff right here. Let's see what these guys are saying. You know, the top critics are not really liking it too much, it seems. And, you know, it's just normal. We've seen this before, and I think like we just expected this. Is it going to really hurt the box office? Probably not. But, you know, we got Eric Francisco from Inverse saying, ultimately, the needs of the DC Universe butt up against the overwhelming star power of Dwayne Johnson, and the film ends up losing many of the entertaining qualities it might have had. So, talking about that, okay. Jesse Messenger of Houston Chronicle says, Johnson's career has become so meticulously engineered and marketed that even his brooding, murderous DC antihero can only cause Teflon mayhem. So, see, again, we just talked about how, remember when it comes to the reviews, it just was like, okay, yeah, remember like we just talked about how like they just had an R-rated version at one point? It's like, it's time to release that. Mark Kennedy, see, we got to release the Sarah cut. Sarah, that's right, because it says director Jaime Colette Serra, I'm probably saying his name wrong, and the design team do a great job in every department, but are let down by a derivative and baggy screenplay by Adam. Wow, they're calling out the writers and everything. Holy crap, that goes from one violent scene to another like a video game. I don't know, sounds kind of awesome to me. The rap, Alonzo Duralde says, the idea of introducing new heroes with powers first, origin later, seems appealing on paper, but knowing nothing about the Justice Society and its members doesn't make them particularly interesting adversaries for our anti-hero protagonists. So there we go again with the whole gripe that you have to have the origin films first, and then you have the team-up film. I don't know, to me, I've always been kind of cool with the fact, and a lot of us have, that it's like, no. It's kind of cool to have established characters already, and then you can go back and tell the stories, which is what they did, you know, when it came to Wonder Woman and Aquaman. They're probably going to be doing that with the Flash too. You know, I like the fact that we can have the characters first, and then we could see, you know, we have them go back. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. We don't have to do exactly like Marvel, right? Let's go to a positive review. Michael O'Sullivan from the Washington Post says, does the world need a hero or someone less afraid to get their hands dirty? That question hangs over the CGI-heavy proceedings like a brooding shadow, cooling and darkening the overheated action just enough to make things interesting. So that's a positive review. 2.5. It's a fresh tomato. Again, the scaling sucks. Rolling Stone. That's right. Rolling Stone. Good old Rolling Stone. You know how much they love the DCU. Saw the article being passed around, of course. Rolling Stone, David Fear. That's an interesting name. Johnson is not the problem with Black Adam. The issue is with everything else happening on screen around him. Even by the DCEU's dodgy standards, it's a mess in a cape. Does anybody have a cape? Dr. Fate has a cape, I guess, but he's the only one that has a cape, except for that guy that shows up at the end. Peter Bradshaw, Guardian, droll, witty, and proportioned like the prevalent, I can't even say that word. Outdoor brick-built convenience, Johnson is well placed to realize a superhero movie's potential as surrealist action comedy. Interesting. And then we got another bad one, and the effects are phony and weightless. Well, yeah, effects are supposed to be phony. Why would you even point that out? Boy, here's a positive one. Dane Johnson and director Mr. Serra, of course, attempt to offer a grand unified theory of DC, mixing family film tropes with a protagonist who straight up murders people. The result is sometimes a mess, but it's generally an entertaining one, so that's good. But yeah, and then there's a lot more, worse ones. Deadline even said, Johnson is the man. Unfortunately, such arguably worthwhile matters as narrative coherence, appealing characterizations, and suspense struggle to emerge here amidst of a veritable log jam of intentions and tones. So I guess the tone is having some trouble. I heard about that too. Heard about that there was going to be tone issues when it came to this. This is Johnson's baby. A film spotlighting a complicated anti-hero he has championed for years. It wins some battles and packs plenty of punch, yet it just can't get past familiar tropes and flaws. Ugh, those tropes, those damn tropes, right? So, what could he do? But at the same time, a lot of these people said Thor Love and Thunder was great. Sorry. I had to get that out there. My God. I mean, Jesus Christ. I actually read through like a whole thread of like some of this stuff. Just hop skipped. Yeah, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Sorry, I had to yell that out. Sorry if I hurt anybody's ears, but I saw somebody post a thread from like the some of these critics that were actually given black. I mean, I get it. It's still a subjective thing, and sure, I get it, but it's just so funny when you see Thor Love and Thunder and you see the praise it got from some of these people. It just shows you that no matter what the MCU does, it's like, it's okay. They're going to give it praise, and I don't ever want to watch Thor Love and Thunder again. I think it's the MCU's worst movie. I honestly think it is. It sucks that I have to say that, but it might be my least favorite MCU movie. I don't know. It's crazy. But it's just funny because that came out earlier this year, and there was a lot of praise for it from these similar critics, and then all of a sudden they're just like, Jesus Christ, look at all the tropes and all the mess and stuff like that. And I'm like, wait a minute. Thor, Love and Thunder, you gave praise for a fucking 2-hour Saturday Night Live sketch you gave praise to? All right, cool. But hey, what could he do? Again, say what you will. It's fine. It's whatever. But it's just, it's always interesting when you compare it to that, I guess. Just the way it is. We all know it's there. But at the same time, what do? We still have tickets. We're still going to go see the movie, Interesting enough, though, when it comes to, when it comes to the audience score, is there an audience score so far? Hold on. Audience score not there. But I will say, though, like that usually, and I think even somebody, I thought I saw an article or something about it at one point, but the audience score might actually get up there into the positives, of course, when that all, unless, they, obviously there's assholes out there that like to, do like a bunch of bad reviews and like bombard it with a bunch of bad reviews. But the audience score, I guarantee, is probably going to be much higher than this score. But then again, you never know when it comes to more reviews. Might get to that. I don't know. But, audience positivity, I just wish people would look more at that than anything, Make your own decisions. That's all you can really do. That's all you can really ask for when it comes to something like this. But at the same time, again, it's just like, wow, you gave Thor Love and Thunder praise, like big time praise. I mean, I haven't seen Black Adam yet, but I can't take you seriously. It's hard for me to take you seriously when I watch that, again, that Saturday Night Live sketch that was Thor Love and Thunder. But yeah, anyways, what could he do? But let's talk about Mr. Cavill and the future, of course. The future is now. But Hiram Garcia, which obviously is producer, $7 Productions, and the representation. One of the people. I mean, obviously you got Danny Garcia, which is like the representation of both Cavill and Johnson. But of course, Hiram's also there too. Hiram, probably saying his name wrong. But one of the things that I was talking about yesterday that some other people had, obviously when it comes to the future of Henry Cavill's Black Adam, is the fact of the matter is like, yes, obviously they released that THR article that came out yesterday, and all of our, all of us DC fanboys and girls were like, yes, we all just got excited because we heard that, yes, there's a Man of Steel 2, a Man of Steel sequel. I gotta find here. Man of Steel sequel that's going to be coming out. They're talking about Wonder Woman 3, talking about The Flash, talking about all kinds of things. It's just the future was looking bright. James Gunn, Secret Project, all that stuff. Kind of makes you wonder what that Secret Project is. I kind of went like, what about that Deathstroke thing? What about it? The Deathstroke thing. Remember that whole thing? Yeah. Well, what about that Deathstroke and Batman thing? That would be something. Jeez, can you imagine that? Ugh. People would just totally just riot if they found out that Ben Affleck and James Gunn were talking. Anyways, that would be interesting. Maybe he read the script. Who knows? So now we have Hiram like that. He talked to, a fandom favorite, Mr. Sean O'Connell at Cinema Blend, and he gave a little interview when it came to this. And here's the article right here. It's just kind of like talking about the producer talks about Henry Cavill's future. We're fighting for it. Just kind of shows you that, yes, not fully official. That's why you have your Grace Randolphs and all this stuff saying all this stuff. With everything, yes, it's just like, yeah. So. Let's see. Right here it says so we fought out the driving force behind $7. Specifically, we pushed Garcia on the potential encounter between Dwayne Johnson's anti-hero and the beacon of light that is Superman, and asked directly if Henry Cavill had officially signed on for more movies as Superman in the DC universe. This is what he said. He said, "I'm not sure what's going on in that regard." He wanted to come back, we wanted him to come back, and we wanted to make sure that we were able to establish that his character exists in the same universe as Black Adam. We have large ambitions for things we'd like to do. However, all of these items are still in the works, so I am unable to provide exact updates, but just know that we are fighting for it. They are fighting for it. And then remember this. Apparently, Hiram took this picture, by the way. He took this picture of these two studs sharing a drink right there, probably talking about what's happening right now. Talking about that photo right there, of course. And then talks about this too, where now the dream has started to come true. You understand why Hiram Garcia says that they are fighting so hard to get Henry Cavill's name on the contract and solidify his return in the DC universe. Not as a headless body, the way that we disgraced the way he's disgraced. This is what he had to say right here. It's never been about a one-off, just about a fight. No, it's about so much more than that. We really want to craft a long form of storytelling and show that these two characters exist in the same universe and are going to have to deal with each other often, either on the same or opposite sides. Hopefully they're going to clash at some point, but it's not just about a one-fight situation. That was never our dream. That does not reward the fans. Fans want to feel a journey between these guys, knowing that these guys exist in the same universe. So there you go. Talking about all that. So that's pretty much it when it comes to that. So the future. So basically, when it comes down to it, we're probably going to get an official, full-on, maybe green light announcement that yes. I mean, obviously they're testing the waters. They're testing the waters and trying to get, when it came to the THR article that came out yesterday, honestly, it sounds like, maybe that was going to be coming out next week, and they were just like, no, put it out this week, put it out before the embargo lifts. I mean, there's all kinds of tactics that these studios use to try to create buzz and try to create a lot of things. I mean, obviously, we need this movie to be, decent. Needs to do decent, okay? Doesn't need to underperform or bomb, because if that's the case, we might not get that. We might not get more of that, because as of right now, it just seems like it's going to be just like cameos. I think the movie's going to do decent. I think, last I heard, it's probably going to be tracking in the $600 million range worldwide, possibly $700 million. So, I mean, obviously, it would be pretty crazy if it ended up doing more than that, but who knows? But at the same time, it's like, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Can't force anybody to do it. Can't force anybody to watch or anything like that. But I think that's what this is all talking about. Like, yes, they were like, hey, yeah, we've started talking about it. We got Cavill back. But, it's like one of those things. But are you going to go watch him on the big screen for his short cameo? It's just what's so funny. But I think it'll be all right. And I'm just kind of wondering when they'll officially greenlight that Superman sequel. And God knows how far out it is, I mean, Jesus Christ. Far out enough, we can get that one guy back from Netflix. Wouldn't that be something, right? A lot of people would want that. Jackie Earl, what's his name? Like, he was like advocating for that. I'll bring Zach back for Man of Steel 2, which that'd be pretty sweet if he just came back and just did a Man of Steel sequel. Just like, bam, because God knows how far that's going to be out. 2 years probably at least, but I don't know. But yeah, so that's what everybody's talking about when it says like, yeah, it's not quite there yet, but it's kind of there. Obviously they see the buzz. They're seeing all the social media buzz, which is good. It's good that there's social media buzz. And now we go over to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, let's face it, Secret Wars is just going to be, I mean, again, people set themselves up for failure when it came to the Multiverse of Madness and that whole thing when they were talking about how like, oh yeah, just cameos. Now I think Secret Wars is really where it's going to be. And then there's like this, of course, this new rumor that now he's not going to show up in the Kang Dynasty. He's going to show up in Secret Wars. Iron Man, his return, Tony Stark. When would they actually do that? Do they bring back Chris Evans? Do they actually try to do the Tom Cruise Iron Man? That would be insane. If they just decided to pull that off, I would laugh my ass off if they try to do that, but who knows what the hell they plan on doing. But yeah, there's like the new rumor out there. It's not really anything big or anything like that, because to be honest, I think Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will probably show up in Secret Wars. Hugh Jackman, do you think he just signed for Deadpool? I don't think so. I think he'll probably show up in there. And God knows who else from that universe that might show up in Secret Wars. I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities, but I mean, the fact that they got Hugh back, of course, Robert Downey Jr. will come back eventually. I mean, he hasn't really done too much. I mean, he's going to be in the Oppenheimer film at least, Christopher Nolan's. But I'm like, what else? Dr. Dolittle didn't really go anywhere, all that stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised at all that that's going to happen, that we'll probably get the Tony Stark back. But it'll be interesting to see if, there's interaction in between like a Tony Stark, a Reed Richards, a Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker, and a Hugh Jackman Wolverine. I don't know. It would be kind of cool to see something like that. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. But there you go. That's the rumor. And I know some people are like, whatever. But I mean, you watch that on opening night, people are gonna lose their heads. And I know some people don't like that, but it is kind of interesting. How's it going, Carrie? Good to see you. Okay, and then finally, that says Creed 2. That's the wrong. I realize that's wrong. It's Creed 3, right? Jesus Christ. I got the wrong logo, but hey, it's Creed. It's whatever. Deal with it. I just realized, I'm like, oh, it's only Creed 2. I was moving quickly. But anyways, guys, I have not reacted to this trailer. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but I enjoyed the first 2 Creed movies. So let's check this out. All right, here we go. Directed by Michael B. Jordan himself, so that's what's really cool about it. I love the fact that this is the first movie he's directed, right? So, looks good. What are we thinking here? What are we thinking out there? Looking pretty good. Stephanie says it looks good, yeah. Anybody else? They'll be friends again at the end, so predictable. You never know. What if one of them dies? They might go not predictable. I mean, they kind of, yeah. You could throw, yeah. Yeah, Jonathan Majors, yeah, he's pretty jacked. Looks like they're going to be displaying a lot of that. You still need to see Creed 2? Yes, you do. Yeah, it's good. They're all good. It's just going to be missing that Rocky element, which is always interesting. And, yeah, that's the only thing that I'm going to miss. Maybe I got a cameo. I got a cameo in the movie, all right? Don't worry about me. I'll show up. I hope he does. That'd be pretty sweet. Okay, but there you go. Looking forward to it. Definitely going to see it. Okay, Phillies just got another home run. Uh-oh, Padres fans. I don't know if there's any Padres fans out there. My uncle is a Padres fan, so. Uh-oh. Game 1, they're playing in San Diego also. Let's see. Okay. All right, Twitter questions. We got Eric Blake. So, Dave, a key part of the reports about Man of Steel 2 is that the studio is shopping for a screenwriter. You think David Goyer might be up to return? I wouldn't be surprised. He loves him some Superman. How about Chris Terrio? Not sure if he would. Perhaps an actual team-up, unlike the different drafts between BVS with Chuck Roven producing. Yeah, I mean, I'm still down. I mean, that's the thing. Is like, I want to see more. I want them to announce Man of Steel 2 or Superman sequel, whatever the hell you want to call it. I still say BVS is Man of Steel 2, but I'm one of those people. But I still am like down for the world's finest, the Trinity movie. I don't know. I'm still down for something a little bit, a team up type of thing. Also, so Tet. I'm just like Michael B. Jordan directing my own movie, except my budget is smaller than my muscles. There you go. Small budget. Got to work with what you work with. Sam Raimi, look what he did with the first Evil Dead. Isaac, it's not a complete comeback for DC without a low RT score, so we are good. Exactly. So that's a way to look at it right there. Hey, we're back to where we were. Remember this shit? Okay, for a bit there was a lot of positivity when it came to a DC movie. Now we're back. So that means it's probably going to be better than some of the other stuff, maybe. I don't know. Boomish. Not looking good, Dave. I wasn't going to watch it in the first week, but bought first show ticket for Henry Cavill Superman. Mixed reviews will not help this movie in the second week, even after the Henry news. What do you think? Well, like I said, you just never know when it comes to this stuff. You just never know. Maybe they'll have some legs, some word of mouth. I don't know. Devon Wooter. Hello, Dave. I'm excited to see the movie. I don't care about Rotten Tomatoes. They give Man of Steel 56% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I wonder, did they really want DC to fail? It's just upsetting me that they do. Well, they give, the critics gave Zack Snyder's Justice League a positive, mainly positive score. Niner fan, hey Dave, what would you think of a live-action Batman versus Dracula film set in the Pattinson universe? That would work, because he is a vampire boy, right? Max, what do you think, Dave, about Affleck and Keaton situation after The Flash? I want to see more Affleck, of course, but it would be interesting if they somehow incorporate Keaton, obviously not being in the bat suit and being like more of the, hey, I'm just here in your ear, just talking. I mean, I wouldn't mind that kind of relationship. Like if they're both stuck in the same world, he's stuck in Batfleck's world in the DCU, this world, where the Flash is and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind something like that, especially if it came to a crazy movie where, a crisis event or something like that. Bertz, Dave, in your opinion, what is the box office numbers for Black Adam? Got to look like it for to be a success. I would say, 600 million, 7. I think they might do that. Ronak, oh look, yearly Marvel bias and hate against DC movies. Yeah, but you're just saying that, but there was like a good stretch where there wasn't that, though, See, again, it's the way we all look at the whole thing. It's like, yeah, but for a minute there was actually positivity when it came to certain stuff. But it makes you wonder, though, with that old regime, right? Empara, Rolling Stone spreading hate as usual. Yeah, at least they're not talking about bots, right? Ziggs. Over under on a 70% rating for Black Adam. I would say it might be under. I don't know if it's going to, you never know though. It's only 55 reviews right now. Joseph, a rotten score DCU movie. We are back, baby. See, I love the positivity when it comes to that. People are going like that. Remember these days right here when we were, pushing back against all that and everything like that. Again, just go see it. I mean, again, I hate it when people like determine whether they want to see a movie by that freaking percentage. I do. Is it, if people actually look into it and actually read some of the critics, that's better. Actually read some of this, you're looking on your feed, you're reading some of the articles that are put out there, that's what you do too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with critiquing like that, but nowadays it's a little bit different than what it was at one point, when you had like, Siskel and Ebert, discussing the films back and forth and giving that like it was good criticism. Nowadays it's just like the DCU just they ain't saving this one. It's right. The hierarchy of the DC universe hasn't changed. Ha! What do you think about that, Dwayne Johnson? They're just kind of like it's always kind of cynical now. It's not like healthy critique. I plan on seeing. I'm going to be seeing it Thursday. I'm going to give my first reaction. Then I'm going to give I'm going to sit on it for a little bit, give a review, and just be like, hey, this is what I liked, this is what I didn't like. I know some people are, that's just kind of what I want to do when it comes to all that stuff. But yeah, critics can be assholes nowadays. It's happening. Well, good thing Mikey is always wrong. Good Lord, still talking about that. As team-ups go, I will want Green Arrow versus Vertigo movie with a die-hard feel that the end leads to a hard-traveling heroes with Green Lantern. Interesting. Okay. Do you think Stallone will make a cameo in Creed 3 despite being paid? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I know there's that whole thing that's happening right there, so who knows? Who knows? Yeah, don't waste Batfleck. Don't waste Batfleck on Keaton team-up. Well, how is that wasting? I don't even know what the hell you're talking. Why would that be wasting? Yeah, I don't know. This weird hate that the whole Keaton thing has gotten in the past couple of years. That's really, really odd to me. Maybe because I'm older and I just like that Keaton came back. I'm like, that's cool. Obviously it wasn't going to be working for Batgirl if Batgirl was not going to be in the place where it was supposed to be, but. Hey, Nate's Memes, thank you for the $5 super chat. Is it true that if Black Adam, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, and Flash underperform that WBD may reboot the DCU with Blue Beetle? Rumor, Zaslav wanted Cavill for Man of Steel 2. I don't know how they would reboot it with Blue Beetle. They would have to reboot it with the Flash, if anything. I don't know. It just seems like no matter what, we're going to be getting those movies. And I think when it comes to Black Adam being a pretty legit success, then they're going to be like, all right, Cavill gets his movie. Maybe we'll get something else. Might be some Batfleck talk. I don't know. See what happens with that. What other more that he could be about, And then there was like this fake rumor with Wonder Woman 3 going around, talking about how Steve Trevor might come back again. It's like, no, please, no more Steve Trevor. No more! No more. Please, no more. Halloween Ends was not what I thought it'd be. Yeah, I think a lot of people said that. A lot of people said that, even me. I was like, well, it's interesting. I'm not a scooper. I just make guesses. Just make guesses. Educated guesses. But anyways, guys. All right, well, that'll be it for today's show. Appreciate you guys as per usual. So go ahead and smash that like, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell too. If you want to become a member, do so. Every Wednesday we do a members-only post-show stream. So if you want to be part of that, do that. Be part of the Patreon if you want to subscribe to that. Trying to put as much exclusive stuff on there. Updating and trying to do it every day. And then everything else, all the sock meds that are all around me. All right, guys. It's been fun, as per usual. See you guys tomorrow. Same Junkee time, same Junkee channel. All right, I guess go Padres. I don't know. Sure, go Padres. My uncle's a Padre fan. All right, bye.